Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Orion could see the city walls of Mell slowly coming into view in the distance, blurred by the shine of the setting sun, as the Illyrian fleet slowly made its way up the Rhoynar. It had been a long time since he'd last stepped foot in the new Valyrian capital. He knew things had changed considerably since his last visit, and the city and castle had doubled, maybe even trebled in size. He'd been overseeing the eastern part of the Empire for nearly a decade, and before that he was fostered and trained by Nori Pennos, where he had grown into the man he was today. The Norys had taught him much and more about the arts of warfare. The last 5 years he had spent at war in Slaver's Bay. Orion never felt more at home than when he was on the battlefield, sword in hand and the taste of blood in the air. He'd fought in 100 battles. He'd meant to return to Mell much sooner, but the war had gone on much longer than expected. The Giscari had proved quite the opponent and refused to surrender right till the last. Orion respected the false emperor for that much at least, but it would have been a great sign of weakness to allow him to rebend the knee, which no doubt his brother would have allowed. Orion instead had taken matters into his own hands and executed him and all the family he could get his hands on. He would have wiped out the entire line if some hadn't slipped away into exile. They must be made an example of to ensure no future ideas of a free Giscari empire would arise. His brother was too soft and had let their father's empire dance too close to destruction for too long. Orion had no taste for ruling either, but something had to be done. He loved his twin brother with all his heart. They'd been inseparable as children, and now he meant to put things right with the help of his sisters and brother. The four of them together would finish their father's dream of recreating the old empire. Maybe Astorion would have learnt his lesson now and would finally realise the great responsibility resting on his shoulders, whether he liked it or not. Then again, probably not. Apparently he now had some half-mad savage from the frozen lands of Westeros at court. Astorion had always been fascinated by the strange and unusual people and creatures from the different corners of the world, always trying to expand his knowledge of the mysterious unknown. Orion wasn't quite ready to return to Mell as soon as he had. He still had much business left to attend in the east. Yes, the slaves had been taken care of, but many lands and titles were now left open and loyal men needed putting into these positions to help secure the region. Also, the Horse Lords were still a huge pain and continued to raid, rape and pillage the eastern and northern borders. They needed bringing to heel, or exterminating altogether if Orion had his way. If his dragon Green Comet was big enough, he'd set alight to the entire Dothraki sea, leaving no Dothraki alive. They were only good for one thing: fighting, but they were far too undisciplined and unruly to ever be brought into the Empire peacefully. For now though, until the dragons were strong enough, they must fight them on the field, which was not ideal. It would be made easier now that they had control of the Unsullied again, however, who had proven before how effective they can be against the Horse Lords. After the war was over, the first thing Orion had done was gather all the beaten commanders together. Most were slave soldiers, so would fight for whoever held the whip, but amongst them the Giscari had employed many sellsword companies, most of which had turned tail and ran once New Gis had fallen. One company, however, fought right till the end. Orion had seen the commander across the battlefield, cutting through men as easy as butter. He was quite the swordsman. His armour was of the highest quality, and he had a red hand printed upon his chest. There was no mistaking him for anything other than a Westerosi knight. Orion seen something in him, and knew for a sellsword to fight to the death rather than turn tail, he must have been a man of honour. It reminded him of the tales Norys would tell him of his and his father's old sellsword company, who would never break a contract or flee the field. For this, he would like to speak to the man at least. He was brought before Orion inside the Great Pyramid. Beside him stood 4 other men brandishing the same hand upon their chests, but in green rather than the leader's red. "You are brought before Orion Vaekar, Prince of New Valyria, son of Aenys Vaekar, brother to Emperor Astorion. Step forward and state your name," stated Nori Pennos. The man walked forward confidently. "I have the honour of being Sir Raven Gardner, rightful heir of Highgarden and Kingdom of the Reach," he said proudly. "These are my 4 brothers." "Highgarden?" Orion questioned, not looking for an answer. "Correct me if I'm wrong, sir, as I don't know too much of your lands to the west. If my brother was here, however, he'd probably know more of this castle than you yourself," he said, smiling. "But isn't this quite the station? What is the lord of such a place doing fighting with sellswords so very far away from home?" "King of such a place," he snapped. "As I said, rightful heir. These lands were stolen from my family, to which they had belonged to for thousands of years, and we were driven into exile for refusing to give up our crown to people calling themselves dragon lords like yourself," he spat. Orion didn't know what it was about this man, but he liked him. He'd seen firsthand what a great swordsman and commander he was, and now he'd get a feel for what sort of man was behind the blade, and he loved what he saw. He could make a valuable asset. A loyal sword, and they were in desperate need of loyal men. His sister might know all the right things to say at court and how to flatter the High Lords, but these highborn men had probably never even set sight on Highgarden, or even Westeros for that matter, despite whatever their family history might be. These men were soldiers, and Orion knew soldiers better than anyone. Ah, it is surely the Targaryens you speak of. I can assure you they are no friends of ours. They come from a family of low station who cowardly fled the freehold a long time ago, said Orion. Now it's time to make him mine. If I tell him what he wants to hear, he's ours. You seem an honourable man, and a great commander. Bend your knee and pledge my family your sword, and I will take you into our service. Your family has made the mistake not to bend the knee before, and it cost you all your lands and titles. Bend the knee now and gain the chance to earn new ones, and who knows, maybe the power to regain your old ones. Don't bend the knee, and... well, you're free to go, but I doubt you'll find anyone to sell your swords to anymore, and if you do, it'll be on the losing side. Next time I won't be so forgiving, I can assure you that. The Lord stood, shock on his face, before looking at his brothers who all seemed as puzzled. Aye, he said, bending to one knee. His brothers followed suit, when suddenly a messenger burst through the door in a rush. My prince, a letter from Mell. Orion took the letter and broke the seal. After reading the contents, he felt anger, panic, frustration, and every other feeling imaginable. My prince, is everything okay? Lord Norris asked, worried. Yes, everything is fine. Sir Revan, I have your first line of duty. I need you to go with Lord Pennos here and many of my loyal men and sail to Mell at once. I will follow as soon as I've attended to my affairs here. Now he was almost at Mell, and things were going to change. It turned out from the contents of the letter and other letters that followed that upon the news of the victory in the east, Cerulean Blackthorn and his snakes had made a move to gain control. They had sent assassins to kill the Emperor and his family. The people of the city had already turned on the Emperor because of the chaos of the riots, and all would have succeeded, but Cerulean had put his trust in the hands of one wrong person. He thought his ironborn dog, Edric Rivers, would follow through with his part of the plan. It turned out, however, that Edric chose blood over gold. Instead of taking care of his half-brother Blackthorn, he informed him of every last detail. When the assassins came, they didn't find the Emperor, only Blackthorn, his sons, and a dozen armed guards. Teron and the rest of the household guards rounded up the rest of the traitors, all except Cerulean and Miro the spy master, who had both somehow escaped, but not without first stealing 4 dragon eggs. Their fat Tyroshi friend, however, was left behind. All the traitors were rounded up and executed after being strongly questioned, of course. By the time the Blackthorn was finished with them, he was sure they had nothing left to hide. All except the Tyroshi. He was kept alive. He must know where Cerulean had fled to. He will pay for what he's done, and we cannot allow these dragon eggs to enter the wrong hands.
Hey guys, welcome back for more House Vaekar. Hope you enjoyed the introduction, and as you will be aware now, all of the Valyrian loyalists have now made their way westward to Mell. So the council has been purged, but obviously, as we know, a lot of the council escaped and made their way to wherever they've gone to. But they escaped and they stole all of the dragon eggs that were present in the dragon pit, as well as trying to assassinate the Emperor. But luckily, he escaped with his life, and we did capture Lord Salos Murad, so we have got him to question we'll probably question him very aggressively to see what we can get from him. We have got a lot of new court members that are created by you guys that we need to go over and introduce quickly. So we have Aaron Pike, who is the bastard son of Edric Rivers, another creation by you guys. He's possessed, wrath, proud, zealous, a trained fighter, scarred, strong, and a bastard. They do all have backstories, which I will go over as I do in the introductions when certain characters come up and such. Just else, if I go over the backstories of all these characters, I think the episode would go on for a long time. We have Tyrell Flowers, who is a bastard of one of our sister's handmaidens. On obviously a Reachman. He is a skilled fighter, a bastard, honest, honourable, content, humble and trusting. He's one of our bodyguards and he has been trained by Blackthorn Hor. His father is a gardener, as you can see, and here's all his siblings, and we'll get into those a little bit more in a moment. We've got Talon Snow, who was a member of the sellsword company from the north, which ran eastward after Torrhen Stark bent the knee. They refused to bend the knee and came eastwards, and one of them had a son who is Talon Snow, and he is a bastard, as you know, a flanker, a dutiful commander, a skilled fighter, strong, a duelist, brave, stubborn, and arbitrary. I always get tongue-tied with that word. We've got Raven Gardner, who is the heir to High Garden. Obviously, the Gardeners have been exiled by the Targaryens, and the Florents are now in charge. And he did fight for a sellsword company who fought on the side of the Giscari, as we learnt in that introduction there. But Orion respected how much of a good fighter he was, and sellswords, they fight on both sides all the time. But he is no longer a sellsword now. He is a commander for the North Valyrian army, and he is going to hopefully be very good, and hopefully we can claim his lands back at some point. Who knows? So he has his 3 brothers all at court here. Tyrell Flowers, who we met, is his youngest brother, and then 4 brothers, sorry, and then another Flowers and 2 Gardeners. So they are all in our court, all of these House Gardeners who are exiled from Westeros. Who else have we got? We have Jiang Peng from, what's it called? Is it Leng, isn't it? It's Leng. I'm sure it's Leng, this area. But yeah, anyway, she is like ridiculously clever. She is basically the female version of Astorion, so he has become very, very close friends with her. She's come here to hopefully learn from him, and they can learn from each other. And so, yeah, they're going to spend a lot of time learning together. Then we have, who else do we have? Mance Maysan, who is one hell of a crazy bastard from beyond the wall, who has lived, well, he's had a bit of a wild life. He's managed to travel all over. He somehow ended up over the narrow sea, and now he is in our court, and Astorion is absolutely fascinated by this guy. He's never seen anything like it, a wildling. He doesn't have a clue what they are. And even though he's pretty dangerous to be around, Astorion, like I said, is fascinated by him and wants to hear all these stories of this wondrous world beyond the wall where giants and other strange creatures live. Then we have Daemon Centauros, who is a bastard who is half Stark, half Valyrian. He's a giant, he's attractive, a formidable fighter, strong, and obviously a bastard. There, who else do we have? I think we've nearly got them all now. Melera Anedos, who is a former slave who is an amazing spy master. As you can see, she was raised in Tyrosh. So that explains the purple hair. There's a lot more to her backstory, which we will get to at some point. And is that everybody who's new for this episode. So as you can see, yeah, we've got a lot to have been introduced in this episode. Then we've got Whitehand Hoare, who is a strong fighter. That is Blackhand Hoare's oldest son, and then his brother Blurion Hoare as well. So there are 4 sons now to the formidable Blackhand Hoare. Right, so our new council for our Hand of the King, we have Blackhand Hoare for now, because we will be having our brother instead once he's finished doing what he's currently commanding some of these armies, as we are trying to claim this land back from the Dothraki. Our Imperial Justifer is our older sister. She is incredible at this sort of thing. Our Chief General, Lord Nori Penos, retakes his position as our Master-at-Arms, just like he was all them years ago before he was removed by Cerillion. Then our Lord Treasurer is our other sister, who is very good with money. Our Master of Whisperers is Melera Anados, and our Court Physician is Jiang Peng, and our Storm Singer is Arlix Verandon. Our minor titles, our Regent will be our brother when we are able to pick him. Now look at this for a King's, well, an Emperor's Guard. This is ridiculous. The Lord Commander Captain of the Household Guard is Blackhand Hoare, and then you've got Maegor Haenerys, the bastard son of obviously Brion Haenerys, and we've got Teran Rianda, our cousin, who is a formidable fighter, Arlax Verandon, another awesome fighter, Revan Gardner, and Blackhand Hoare. Obviously, that is one formidable personal bodyguard. I don't think anyone is getting anywhere near the king again, well, the emperor again, anytime soon. And look at those commanders as well; they are all so incredible. Let's add Whitehand onto those. Some incredible commanders there, 26, 23, 26, 31, 22, 27, 21 and 25. Some really good marshal in there. Here's our advisors and such. Right, so here we go. Let's try and reclaim this Dothraki land. My prisoner Salas Morad is complaining about his dark cell in the dungeon. He's asking for a more suitable accommodation that would befit his rank. let him rot. Now, a story on after that near miss with death and that very close call, has finally decided to wise up a bit, and he needs to change. He knows now, he's still obviously going to be all about the learning, but he realises now he's got to start growing up. Here we go. These are all just marriages that I've arranged for all our creations by you guys, so that they can all start forming their own families. Let's just click them all away. Haha, he who laughs longest. Finally, that sneaking mule, Grazdan, has left this fine earth. While everything will definitely be better without him, I have a lot of extra time on my hands now. Right, yep, so that is the so-called Giscari Emperor, who our brother took care of for us. They'll surely honour their obligations. Right, so let's put an end to this little Dothraki war, which it's not much of a war really, is it? It's not going to take us very long at all to put them back in line and reclaim those lands from the Dothraki, and then we can take the rest of their lands, because that's such a small area there. Now that our brother and all our men are back in Mell where they belong, now that that Giscari rebellion is over, we can finally continue to fulfill our father's dream of reconquering all the Valyrian lands. Behind the black wall of Volantis dwell some of the few remaining nobles of Valyrian blood. You talk and feast with many of them, trying to extract as much knowledge and tales of the dragons of the Freehold as you can, in an effort to understand how they were bred. Hopefully it shall be useful. Okay, so let's wait for all our men to join up. We're not going to need many at all. Your prisoner Salas Murad is requested in order to you. Upon meeting him before the court, you hear he is offering to pay the ransom for his release personally. No, you shall stay in my custody. You shall not. Okay, Your Imperial Majesty, I would like to politely remind you of the gold that North Valyria owes my house. I hereby request that the coin is paid as soon as possible. Where is all this money coming from that we apparently owe? We've got plenty of money, so we'll pay it just to keep people happy. There is a peasant revolt going over in Westeros, and I did notice something that was crazy. The Beyond the Wall has all been formed now, and there's a king beyond the wall. Apart from this bit of land, the Gorge, which for some reason now belongs to the Iron Throne, and there's a Harlaw in charge of it, which is a bit random. But yeah, this king beyond the wall is absolutely incredible. King Torgon Crowkiller of Beyond the Wall. He's awesome. He's a formidable fighter. He's got green sight. He has a brown bear. Strong, quick, socializer, family person, charitable. Yeah, but a lunatic as well, I think he was. Yep. That guy is one hell of a threat. He could actually break beyond the Night's Watch with a force like that. So it'd be interesting to keep an eye on what's going on back in Westeros at the wall with all that kicking off. Right, we've nearly got our men combined together now, and then we can take that Dothraki land, which isn't going to be much trouble, is it really? Let's just march straight on it, shall we, guys? Everybody march to this land, and let's just get it under siege very quickly. Vasikart. Okay. We're almost there. Hope you all enjoyed the first episode of The War King as well, guys. The next episode will be up tomorrow, and hopefully it should be every Saturday. Well, every Saturday, yeah, it should just be every Saturday, as long as nothing's getting in the way. Same with the Vaekar, is every Friday, and then in the week I just upload random videos if I have the time to do so. Okay, here we go. We've got a lot of men here, and we've also got the other men that are still marching over here. We've got the new Gis army here, led by our brother, with 20,000 men, which is just sitting in Illyria for some reason. I'm not too sure why. Okay, so that was an easy siege. Let's march onwards to the north. No, don't close down. Right, why have we not got more commanders leading this? There we go. We don't want to be commanding it. We're bloody hopeless in battle. Why the hell would we want to be entering in conflict of a battle? There we go. So the new Gis army is here destroying the Dothraki anyway, so that's going to be quite easy. Lord Freeholder Gibbero of Little Valyria has given me a bizarre and repulsive evidence concerning sexual preferences. How should I use this? Threaten with exposure unless he stays out of all factions. When confronted with the evidence, Lord Freeholder swore to stay out of all factions and be loyal. Perfect. Your Imperial Majesty, it's come to my attention that nobody has been designated as your regent for North Valyria. Who are you? Mern Gardner? No. I'm not having you as my regent. I do apologise, but that position is for our brother. They're going to rule the kingdoms together now, all 4 siblings. Combined, they would make the perfect ruler. And they're going to join together to complete their father's work. It's took a lot of mess for them to realise what they need to do, but things are finally looking on the up and getting back on track. Yes, let's start the colony there in North Valyria. So we will give Voliena to someone who has not been given land yet. I will give it to Arlax Verandon and our sister, so they have a land very close to home and very close to hers. Yep, include lower titles, Lordship of Voliena. There we go. If I'm saying that right, I do not know. Now let's come back home and then we will finish off that Dothraki horde afterwards. Let's... Wow, they didn't even make it here in time. That's how quickly we won that war. But that looks a lot better now, not having that random splodge of Dothraki land in the middle of our kingdom. Yes, reappoint the old council. Now can we now have our brother as our designated regent? There we go. Yes, our brother is our designated regent, and I want to have him as our Hand of the King as well. Sorry, Blackon Horde, but you are our personal bodyguard. We're gonna... Right, let's perform charity. Why are some of these not doing anything? Improve... Hang on a minute, you're not off. What's going on here? Where's our sister? She's now not actually in our court, which is frustrating. But she should be our vassal still. Where is she? No, she's in hiding. Invite to court. No. Okay, so we're going to have to go with... We'll go with Whitehorn. He has a very good skill. And let's try and improve relations with Atlantis. Because I've seen that our relationship with them hasn't been the best lately. So let's try and improve that. We don't want any fights kicking off so close to home. Disband this little army here. And we'll disband this army here. Okay. Colonize some areas. Yes, we will do that soon. But first, let's finally get rid of this Dothraki horde and get them away from our lands. They will surely honour their obligations. We'll just call up our armies close to home. There we go. Everyone's coming to our aid. I might just leave them to sort it for us. I could just do that. Would be easier. We've got a lot of vassals around here, though. Let's merge them together in Sarmel and see what happens. Look, we'll get... Do we need these men? We'll bring them over anyway, just in case. Extra men, but then we'll disband these other units for now. And there's no point getting the ships involved just to bring them over there. It would just be pointless, to be fair, wouldn't it? But yeah, we've got a couple of things up here. Arnoy and Noisar. We need to colonise both of those areas when we get a chance. But yeah, we do need to try and locate Cerulean so that we can get those dragon eggs back before they get into the wrong hands. A merchant specialising in rare books and scrolls has arrived in Volunfair, seeking an audience. He has learnt of your enthusiasm for reading and other learned pursuits and is offering you the chance to purchase one of his wares. Yes, I will buy it. Oh, the origins of the Iron Bank of Bravos. Now that could come in use for when we start pushing northward. Right, everybody march onto that Dothraki land. Let's just go take care of it. You three armies as well. Yep, everyone go there. Let's have a look at some of these prisoners that we've got. We need to take care of some of these now, don't we? Salos, what can we do with you? Oh, we could enslave him. Now, that would actually be worse than executing him, wouldn't it, really? So, I'm going to enslave him. Do it. Arrived at our court as a slave. That's perfect. We can get a bit of gold for you, so we will. But the other ones, we will execute. Execute imprisoned. He will be beheaded. Execute you as well. Do it. Beheaded. And the last one here, we will execute you as well. These are all traitors from the Giscari Empire, the ones who revolted against us, so we've took care of all of those now. And he has paid his ransom. If they were worth a little bit of money, we may as well take that money. It will work in our favour when we try and colonise some of these areas. I might actually do that now. Let's colonise Arnoy, do it. And we will colonise Noisar as well, do it. Right, our Demence is too big, but we will give these to some lords so they can start their own lands. Right, who have we got who we haven't rewarded just yet? Let's have a look who we have, who I'd like to give some lands to. Can't give the ones who we need to keep close by, so we're going to have to give it to some other people. Let's have a look who we've got. A lot of people in our court now. A lot of new people because of all the people that we've just married off. Let's give some of Black Arnhor's sons titles. Give him the lordship of Arnoy. And then we'll give... Should we give his other brother the one over the river? Would be interesting, wouldn't it, if we give them both lands? Where is Whiteharn? Where are you? Where have you gone? There he is. We will grant him the landed title of the other area just across the river. So they're close by to each other. But that means we're going to have to take on Cohor next so that we can get up to our land here. Because they are a little bit vulnerable there, aren't they, to be fair? Up there on their own. So it looks like Cohor will be the next of the 3 cities to possibly fall against us. The Dothraki are right on their borders anyway. But they obviously have a... They don't dare attack Cohor ever since the Unsullied army that they had, the 3,000 Unsullied against... How many Dothraki was it again? I know it was an absolutely crazy amount of Dothraki, but I can't remember how many. Okay, that was an easy siege assault, wasn't it? There we go. Offer peace, enforce demands. Yes, we have got rid of the Dothraki. Yes, we will start our colony here. There we go. That looks a lot better now, doesn't it? A hell of a lot better. These other Dothraki hordes are a little bit big. I am a bit worried about them, but they are splitting up a lot now, as you can see. So, right, let's disband all our units. Yes. And you guys as well, please, can disband you all. It's frustrating. Ah, you're moving, so we can't. Okay. Stay where you are. Okay, just go there. Go there, I'll disband you in a minute. Right. Now, who can we give the Death Swamps to? Oh, that's a very pleasant name, isn't it? The Death Swamps. Let's have a look in our court. Who would suit the Death Swamps? Who will we not give any land to just yet? Who deserves land? Who are we close to that I want to give land to? Could give Revan Gardner some land, but he obviously wants his... I want to keep him to get his own land when we do go back home. What about Damien Centaurus? Let's give you a little bit of land, my good friend. You can have the lordship of Death Swamps and the lower titles that come with that place. There we go. Our lands are looking much better. Now that our brother and sisters are home, things are getting back on track and we can finally put all the dodginess that was going on in court behind us for now. I'm sure it will soon spring back up. War between the great powers of North Lyra subsided for now until the next time. Okay, what's going on? A message. Formal alliance has been received from our brother. It's because we're both at war, isn't it, at the moment? So the alliance between Empress Aurora and King... Okay, is broken down because the wars are now over. There we go. North Valeria's looking much better now. Right, disband unit. I just want to wait till all these wars come to an end so that we get all our land back. Astapor and Yunkai are still at war, as well as the land people as well. Looking much better now, though. Still got Carth, who I would like to take at some point just for the money, and to have the entrance to the Jade Sea would be awesome, and all the money and trade that comes with it. But we do need to put an end to these up here. Take the 3 cities that should belong to us. Open council position. Okay, what position? Ascensional. Okay, we're going to wait. I have to wait until... yes, reappoint my old council. Should be our brother. Where are you? There he is. Perfect. So we've got this war which is happening over here with all the Carls going against Astapor. Your Imperial Magi are deeply hesitant to ask about the coffers. Give them gold. We don't want to go around upsetting anyone, not now that we're getting stuff back on track. Designated regent. I should already have a my brother should be our designated regent for now. He's basically helping us rule the empire. We need to call Court out of hiding, but I can't until this last war here has ended. How many men have they got? 20,000. Wow. Okay. We could send men over, but can't really be... he's changed his capital now to New Gis rather than Illyria. Your Imperial Majesty, I humbly request that my bastard son Donosh be legitimized. Your request is granted, my friend. House Vaekar is always happy to legitimize bastards. Which is a good point, actually. We do need to legitimize our bastard nephew. Oh, wow, he's had another bastard now. Okay. And who is your mother? The Storm Singer as well. Okay, so he's had 2 bastards with... yeah, he's had 2 bastards with the priest. Can we not legitimize these? No. Does he not want us to? Okay, strong and attractive. She should be... very interesting. Then let's assign a guardian for her straight away. Someone very strong. Let's give her to Maegor Haenerys. And you've already got a guard, Nori Penos. Yeah, you can't ask for a better guardian than Nori Penos. For Marshall, maybe only Blackhand Whore. They're the main 2 that I'd like to send my children to for training in Marshall. Definitely. Just wait for this war over there to end between the Yunkai and the Dothraki. Or the Astapor and Dothraki. The man is a coward, that's for certain. He can't fight shadows and loud noises frighten him, and blood makes him faint. You are a disgrace, I despise you. Clayton's cowardice. Who are you? Clayton Gardner. I will tell the whole castle about his cowardice. You are a disgrace, I despise you. Okay, whatever. Okay, our mission in Old Valantis is going well. Maegor Haenerys has had a son. Awesome, so we finally have a male of House Haenerys. House Haenerys is going to live on. Finally. Keep this information. Okay, we've got some... Whoa. What's going on here? Okay, Lord Paramount North Illyria. Blah, da, 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 da. What's happened? No, Nori Penos is still there, so... What's going... Nori Penos is going to war with someone for some reason. Word has reached you that your Storm Singer, Lord Arlix of Valonan, has given in to weakness and helped himself to the arms he was meant to distribute amongst the poor. Oh, no. Come on, Arlax, what are you playing at? You've got plenty of money. Return the gold and all will be forgiven. At the age of 62. Okay. Rhaenys Targaryen has died. Okay. What's going on over here, Nori Penos? Who are you fighting with? You are defending against the Carl. Okay. So he's going against you, is he? Well, Nori Penos, I will always aid you. Do you want me to help you in this war? No, you've not asked me to, so maybe he thinks he can win that war on his own, which is interesting. How are the Targaryens doing anyway? Aegon, how are you doing? Okay, they finally Prince Jacaris of the Dragon Stone. So yeah, he has now had his line extended, which is good. We need a new advisor. Well, I'll leave that blank because the old council will return once the wars are over, won't there? So there's no point filling that council slot only to refill it again very soon. Just waiting for this bloody war with the Astapor to end. You've arranged to meet with her Prefect Solher, a wealthy man from Gayan who wishes to purchase one of your slaves. She finally makes her choice, laying one hand down on Salas Murad's shoulder. This one, I think. How much is he? You can have him for 15 gold coins. Goodbye. Perfect. Solho of Gayan agrees to your price, and the exchange is done. She gives the gold, and you give her the whip. Goodbye, Salas Murad. I am going to make you important because Oh, you already are important. Good. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on you wherever you go. Now we can just get our hands on Cerulean. The colony in Terrain has failed, no longer able to defend or feed its people. The castle and settlement now lies in ruins. Okay, well that's a shame. What a disaster. King Aegon the Conqueror has declared King Aegon's conquest on Shame Isle. Okay, going after the pirates, is he now? Okay. It's a shame that that failed in the Sorrows for whatever reason. We've nearly got enough money to try colonising area. Now they're at war for some reason. Who are they at war with? I'm not sure what's going on. My subjects are always fighting among themselves. Oh no! Lord Nori Penos has died. That's a great shame. I love Nori Penos, one of the original characters right from the start. Died bedridden and infirm at the age of 69. It's a good age to go. Right. That's a shame. But he has left behind 4 children. So now Lord Morrow of Angoria, his son, is now the new lord of that area. He's... well, he's nowhere near as impressive, is he, as Nori Penos. Losing Nori Penos is a hell of a loss and a great shame for the realm. I'm actually really upset about that one. It's a huge shame about that. Right, so we're going to need a new Chief General now. Who's going to be the new Chief General? Maegor Haenerys, maybe? We'll go with Maegor Haenerys for now, and he can train the children. A great loss, that is. A great loss to lose Nori Penos. Absolutely devastated about that. They're still at war with the Dothraki, though. The Penoses are, of North Valyria. Okay, we've built a new shipyard. Colonise. Let's recolonise the Sorrows. At the age of 35, your rival, Mirror of the Stepstones, died a natural death. Died. Oh, okay, so there's one of our rivals gone. It's literally just Cerulean Blackthorn left alive now, who has all of our dragon eggs. Right, we need to grant this to a new person. 1 new title, High Lordship of Lower Rhoyne. Create. Yes. Okay, so we now have that. And who owns the other part? Lord... okay, you. Right, who can we give this land to? We will give it to... who do we give this to? Let's give it to Aeron Pike. Why not? Let's give you the Lordship of there. Include lower titles. Yes, and then... grant landed title, High Lordship of the Lower Rhoyne. Rhoyne, yes, there we go. Giving everybody lands and titles to keep your custom characters around for the long term of this playthrough and for future seasons, and we can see what sort of people pop up. Oh, okay, so they've spread round here now, which is awesome. Hopefully they'll take these other lands. That's maybe what they're all at war for, trying to claim these lands. Under my guidance, my young son Aenys is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship. Okay, interesting. Weren't expecting him to get good at swordsmanship, but if he does, that's a very interesting. Need a new advisor. Let's have a look. Revan Gardner, why not? How is this Dothraki war still going on out east? Do we just send men over to help end it quicker, or... they've got a lot of men out there, and the Astapori Hike have no men, so how are they even... how many men do we get there? 27,000. Okay, we'll just send these in to end this war and help them get rid of the Dothraki quickly. Orion, Edric, and Revan, they'll quickly end that war against the Dothraki, no problem at all. It shouldn't be too much problem for them at all. Just so that we can finally get our court out of hiding. And then we need to get rid of the Dothraki, don't we? They're becoming quite a problem. House Vaekar has had a green comet's dragon egg removed from the treasurer. Why? He's not died, has he? No, he's not died. What did he do with that then? Where's his dragon egg gone? So I got worried then. I thought he died. My heart was in my mouth for a moment. Got very, very worried. Okay, I'll pay the interest for now. Here we go. Our men are now about to attack this Dothraki horde and hopefully put them in their place very quickly. King Ragnar Ormula is currently under threat. Oh, for God's sake, another one. Yes, it is my duty. We're going to have to help him as well. We really need to get rid of these Dothraki, don't we? They're becoming quite a big problem. We're going to have to go for the Dothraki, I think, before the free cities, just to stop them pillaging into our lands. Good riddance. They're becoming quite an issue on our eastern and northern borders now, aren't they? So, another one, look, being attacked. The Yunkai are being attacked as well now. So we definitely need to put these back in line. Let's put someone else in charge instead of Orion, though. Let's put... There's not really anyone we can put in there. We'll have to let him do it for now. We assault this siege, please. There we go. Start getting the Astapori land back from the Dothraki, where they've sieged it all. Which one are we actually fighting at? Aenys shall make a... Your Imperial Majesty, I've been instructing young Aenys in the ways of sword and lance as requested. I am pleased to say he appears to be a natural. His martial prowess has improved greatly over recent weeks. Oh wow, yes, he's a trained fighter now and attractive. Awesome. Treasurer, he still has a dragon egg as well, which hasn't hatched yet, unfortunately. Maybe he could be the one to finally bring Doom to heel. Who knows? He is next in line, but I am thinking maybe of having an elective empire where we will elect the greatest one of our family each time. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. Not sure if to just go with the oldest son of the oldest son, the same as Targaryens and as Westeros, or not. We'll threaten him unless he keeps out of all factions. Right, who are we at war with in this war? All the way over there. Oh, I can't be bothered to send my men all the way over there. It's a long way to go, that is. Do you know what? Go for it. Just send the men all the way over there into the Dothraki Sea and siege their home. Is that actually Vastofrek? No, Vastofrek's further north, isn't it? Is this Vastofrek? No. Where is Vastofrek? Ah, Vastofrek's here. Okay. Well, we'll send our men over there anyway. Oh, no! Did that just say what I think it said? No, no, no! We're losing all the legends this episode. We really are losing all of the legends this episode. Where has he gone? Where has he gone? Well, there's Edric Rivers. Blackhand Horde died from horrific burns on the 18th of the first moon at the age of 60. All the legends die at 69, it seems. I am absolutely devastated that Blackhand Horde has died. And Nori Penos, my two greatest and oldest warriors, have both died in the same episode. Who now for our Captain of the Household Guard? Who will be the new Captain of the Household Guard? It'll probably be our cousin, I believe, Teron, yes. And we have room for a new bodyguard. Who is going to come in as a new bodyguard? Maybe yeah, we'll go with Tyrell Flowers. It is what he's been raised to do. We're now at the age of 28, so Asterion is growing older now. News from Volantis. Okay. Let's just keep making our way to this Dothraki capital. I think you get quite good supply limits as well out in the Dothraki lands. As I demand the servants bring me another course of delicious red meat. My eyes fall down on my distended belly and placidly resting over my lap. My love of food is not having positive effects on my health. If I do not do something about it, I may soon be in need of a wider throne. This is not the fate of a warrior. We aren't a warrior. I don't care. I am happy as I am. No, this is too much. I need to diet. Oh, wow, we lose a lot of stuff for that, though. No, I'm happy as I am. think Orion the Drunken has inherited City of New Gis. Okay. So we are now fat, I believe, aren't we? Looks like we look a bit chubby around the cheeks. Anyway, I no longer find joy in stuffing myself with fine wines, red meat, and rich oysters. I think I need a diet. Okay, he's going on a diet anyway. Loses the trait gluttonous. Okay. So I managed to pick the best choice, which would have worked out probably as the worst choice, but we managed to not lose anything for it. So all worked out pretty well there. He decided to take action into his own hands and go on a diet. Need an imperial general. Got room for 2, haven't we? Yeah, because Nori Penos and Blackhorn Hoare have died. Well, we'll go for Blackhorn's son to replace him as a commander. I think he should have been a commander anyway. And we'll go with Aeron Pike as a commander as well. Arlix Verandon has had Valyrian Steel Sword added to their treasury. Oh, wicked. Arlix Verandon has gone and got his own Valyrian Steel Sword. What has he called this Valyrian Steel? Authority. Awesome, and that will pass down to his son as well, who is an absolute animal, House Vaekar. Look at those stats for a 12-year-old. Impressive, very impressive. And he does have a dragon, I believe, as well. Yep, Parklon, and he'll soon have a Valyrian Steel Sword, so that's very impressive. Grave news, Jiang has been tending the wounds of the men at your command, is reported to have cracked under the stress of the stream of grotesque injuries. The men are now unnerved because of this. How unfortunate. Morale of armies goes down 10%. Not good. I'm getting very annoyed with all these petty wars from the Dothraki, so I think that has got to definitely be our next move. Before we go to those 3 cities, we need to put these Dothraki in line and stop them. We need to make them fear the dragons and not think that they can get away with attacking our borders so easily. We need to put them back in line. If we ever get to their capital. I caught my young ward, Arago, torturing a rat behind the stables today. Oh, wow. Let him have his fun. Talk to him about kindness. That'd be interesting if he ends up cruel. Yeah, let's let him. That'd be interesting. Just to make the future of House Vaekar interesting. Why not? Right, let's siege this Dothraki land quickly. Easy to siege. Very easy. Wow, why does it take so long to be able to siege Dothraki land? There's nothing there. It's just all open fields. Empress Aloria's justice has brought peace to a troubled county. Fewer crimes are committed and fewer complaints are heard in the province. The peasants have never been happier. Awesome. Let's assault. Victory and assault again. There we go. We have full control over their capital. Now let's siege the lands on our way back down to Astapor. Okay, white peace has been reached. Awesome. Now I've got to bring our men all the way home though, which is a pain in the arse. Right. Can we bring our men back home to North Valyria, please? And then we need to start trying to sort out these Dothraki before they take any more land. Oh no, that is not an easy one to take. I was going to say it looks like these will be an easy one, but then I just realised that their land is pretty impressive. But then again, if we take them out, you can only do them a bit at a time though, can't we? Which is the awkward bit. So we'll probably go for Chicago next, as they are slightly smaller. Or we could go for Morrow, who isn't actually that big. We'll see. We'll see what we decide to do once our men are safely back home. Okay, Yunkai are still at war with somebody. Is that this war here? Yeah, looks like it. We've nearly lost. Okay. Things still looking the same over in Westeros? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we can colonise somewhere. Where are we colonising? Colonise. Where is this? Where is it? Ah, over here. Well, that's a bit out of the way, isn't it, though? And where was the other area? Where's this one that we can colonise? Wow, all the way down there. Should we start colonising Sephorios? We could start colonising Sephorios. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I don't know if I really want to go over to Sephorios, though, just yet. That's right up in Pentoshi territory though, so I don't really want to do it. So, do you know what? Yeah, let's build a colony over in Sephoros. Let's start building something over there and seeing where we go with that. We could get a lot of slaves from there. Wow, the Iron Aegon has his own colony over here as well, so at least then we can try and match him. But who do we give the task of looking after this land for us? News from New Gish, Your Imperial Majesty, a new dragon has entered the world. Ashara has apparently successfully hatched one and is named the He-Dragon Oregon. Eoregan? Awesome. More dragons. Hell of a lot of dragons now. Is that our army? No, our army is almost home. There is a man I need to arrest and another I want to assassinate. My spy master Mell could either help with the arrest or the assassination, but not both. Plot power increase plus 10. Arrest chance plus 10. The prosperity of your capital county increases slightly. Let's go with plot power. Why not? Are our men nearly home now? So that we can disband our armies finally? Disband our armies. Done. Right, I'm thinking I might send Edric Rithers out here in Sephoros. He's mad enough to go out there and do it, so he might be a good choice. Also, Mance Macehand might be a good choice. He likes to travel the world. He's been all over. Let's send him to Sephoros. Yeah, why not? Let's send him over there. Let's grant him the Lordship of Vyarash and including the lower titles. There we go. There's a wildling in North Sephoros. How interesting. That's crazy. But it'll be interesting to see how our colony does over there. Right, what should be our next move? Do I go for the free cities or do I go for the Dothraki to stop them terrorising us? Let's have a look. Declare war. Colonise that area, that area, that area, that area. Or do we just go straight for Qohor, declare war, Dragon Conquest, and just take all of that land straight away? Or put that puts us in between these three cities and the Dothraki though, which might not be a very wise move. I'm not sure. Do we get... I will... I'm not sure which one to go for. What would be the best move? I'm going to leave it for this episode and I'll make my mind up. You guys can also comment and say what you think we should do. Do we go for the Dothraki first? Or do we go for the free cities? Please comment down below what you think. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you've enjoyed as always. And please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you tomorrow for the second episode in The Warg King. Thank you once again. I'll see you very soon.